This is a request by a teacher at Kamaile Academy about the little incident that I had with the school, and to explain myself a little detail. And I'm not just jumping out there as an angry black man. Besides the fact, it started with my oldest son being bullied and 4 times, and calmly and coolly me and the mother went to the vice principal and asked what can be done about this. Basically, she says she looked at my oldest son like a problem and took him out Miss Wong's class. So, I was offended by that. Besides the fact my youngest, I feel as though he was really being unsupervised by a little young teacher, probably no more than 21. He had an incident where he pulled a whole fire alarm and had to evacuate the whole school. And, that made me and the mother look like, well, where's the teacher at? And instead of y'all looking at the parents like we the problem. Besides the fact that my youngest was running around on the playground and busted his head, and, blood all gushing out and everything, and they called us up and, told us to come to the school, didn't get no kind of police report, didn't get nothing. They wouldn't give me nothing in writing. Besides the fact that somehow, some way, my youngest son just disappeared out the school, and while my wife was going to go pick him up, and man, you talk about frantic as a parent. When you got your kid in an environment where it's 187 something child molesters that live across the street, 0.2 miles from the school, you kind of get upset, about situations when they happen like that. Besides the fact that they called the school, in principle, I knew it was you that did it, they called CPS on me and the mother, because I don't pull no race cards. I just feel as though we was in a shelter, and I guess if we was in a shelter at the time, I guess we was considered drug addicts or whatever. But if you look at the link down the bottom, it tells you my story about me coming over there. So anyway, the school called CPS on me. It's bad enough I try to escape the environment where the black man ain't considered a parent. Now you put this stigma on me for the rest of my life that CPS was called on them because my 2 sons was fighting. Them 2 sons, they was fighting. Kids fight, they fight. So, it kind of really messed the mother up. And for the principal to sit and hug my wife while she's crying about the CPS thing, principal, you real cruddy. Now, out of all that stuff that happened to me, as a parent, while I'm up there struggling, striving, trying to get my, thing going on, not realizing the social issues a lot of local people deal with, and how I'm being looked at as a black male, because y'all look at something on BET and figure that's me. Besides that, my son had came home and said, the teacher touched my ding-ding. Now, this was November the 2nd, but they called CPS on us on November the 8th. Or the 9th, but me and the mother still played it cool because she majored in criminal justice, I majored in psychology, so we kind of played it cool where, hey, let's take him to a therapist, let's don't say nothing to him. If he continued to say the same things, then this must have happened. So a month later, we take him up to the comprehension center, Waianae Comprehension Center, and the therapist heard my son. A therapist called the police. Alright? Then when my son came to the police, I don't know how the police got it out of him, but I teach my son the police is there to help. Yeah, right. My son told the police that Ms. Linte handed him some toilet paper. Ms. Linte then tested his ding-ding. And then the police said, why did she do that? She said Ms. Linte said it was an accident and she made a mistake and she loved him. So, man, the police was like, okay, me being a black male, anybody out there that's white, if your daughter or your son came home with that story, how fast will freedom be taken away from me? So understand, me as a parent, the things I decided to do was, okay, since justice over there, just the way I feel, being black, justice is like a grain of sand in a haystack. That's how I feel. So now, if you got a problem with me making videos and me telling my story, you need to go to that woman, Miss Linte, that little ass girl. You need to go to the principal. You need to go to the vice principal. You need to go and ask them, damn, did all them things happen to him while his kid was up here? And you need to understand, well, that's why he's upset. But you need to put yourself in a parent perspective, a parent point of view. You know, and at that time, I didn't have no money to get a lawyer. And at that time, my social status was homeless. Now I'm under a different government. What I'm doing now is called freedom of speech. If you feel as though you don't want to be tagged, or you feel as though you want to be have a government official or a judge to say, hey, he's doing this, he's doing that, make sure you tell them what I'm upset about and how y'all just got away with cold murder. But make sure you tell them this, that his story is not the only story that's up this school. You know, y'all have done things to kids up there that y'all just getting away with murder. And I refuse to have it. It ain't gonna happen on my watch. So yeah, this is the last video I'm making. And to that teacher, don't even worry about it. I ain't gonna say your name. But thanks having enough common sense to say, hey, I wonder why he's upset. I wonder why he's mad. Because I know anybody that's looking at this video, if you had them things happen to your kid, you just wouldn't brush it off your shoulder like that. You just wouldn't call it a day like that. And I'm not calling it a day. So to all the senators, all the FBI, CIA, the White House, the mayors, everybody I sent this video to, I'm not looking for justice. I'm just looking to tell my story and expose these people. Thank you for letting me share.